Hello, friends. I'm Rick Duvall,
And I'm Kathleen Johnson.
and you're listening to the LifeQuest podcast.
Learning to live, living to love.
I've been searching. This existence here on this realm, this plane called Earth, it's temporary.
Yeah.
We are all going to die. We are going to come to an end. You know, what I want to encourage is encourage myself and encourage Kathleen and encourage others. I want to come to the end knowing everything that God had in me to get out, it found its ultimate expression. One of the things I like to share with some of my students when I first get to meet them is I tell them the story about the wealthiest place in town being the city cemetery. And what do you mean? Is it gold buried? Well, there's gold of a sort, because in the cemeteries in our communities, what is in those cemeteries are songs that were never written,
So true.
books that were never written, or songs that were never sung, businesses that were never started, probably cures for diseases. We're wondering, why has God not cured cancer? He probably has cured it dozens and dozens of times, but the person who was supposed to have been the that allowed the world, the enemy, the thief came and stole and destroyed that potential.
He does it all the time. He does it all the time. And that's what we want to avoid here. We want to encourage all of you to give yourself permission to dream again.
Dream what's possible.
And not a dream that is, separate from God, but understanding that God is interested in your dreams. He put them in your heart to begin with. And you need to dust those bad boys off and pull them back out of the closet and look at them again and bring them before the Father. And it's okay to ask yourself, what do I want? What would fulfill me? What would I enjoy doing? If you really honestly answer that question, there's an answer that's going to come up. Well, we can't miss out on hearing Rick play some music. You guys just have got to understand that Rick is not only the outlaw preacher, which we're going to talk about, but he is a wonderful songwriter and musician. Why don't you just share a little something, a couple words with us?
Well, one of my favorite songwriters of all time just passed away last week, Kris Kristofferson. And I think this little song right here, I'm just going to do a part of it. I'm not going to do the entire part, but this is one of the first songs that Kris wrote. And there's a wonderful YouTube video. He talks about writing this song and writing "Why Me, Lord," and that talks about his own experience when he was drunk and hungover, and a lady named Connie Smith had invited him to go to church with her, and he had stumbled and just happened to one Sunday morning stumbled upon that church and saw some friends, musicians outside, and stumbled in there and had quite an experience. And part of that experience, in his imagination and gift, he gave us this song, which I think pretty much expresses how I want to live every day. I'm only human. I'm just a man. Help me believe in all I can be and all that I am. Show me the stairway I have to climb. Lord, for my sake, teach me to take one day at a time. One day at a time, sweet Jesus. That's all I'm asking of you. Give me the strength to do every day what I have to do. Yesterday's gone, sweet Jesus, and tomorrow may never be mine. Lord, for my sake, teach me to take one day at a time.
Wonderful.
And that's it. One day at a time, boys and girls. We just got to take it one day at a time with our eyes on the horizon, knowing that a better day is ahead for all of us in the kingdom of God. What we're wanting to do is at LifeQuest is do everything we can and join with you in doing something bigger and better together than we can do alone. Teach me to take one day at a time.
That's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on the LifeQuest podcast,
where we are learning to live and living to love.